Hi everyone, today we're going to look at your person's thoughts and feelings about you today. So we're going to have a look, see what's coming through and what messages I can give to you. So let's have a look, let's see. Okay, yes. I'm going to start with the Naked Truth message cards. And if this resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment down below and do subscribe. I'm here every single day and have been for the last 4 years, every single day, doing readings behind the scenes and also in front of you right here. So everything is on shopmoonlightguidance.com if you're ever interested in personal services, readings, rituals, intention items, thousands of 5-star reviews, and everything's linked down below. This is a safe space where you're always very welcome. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's see. This person likes everything about you. I'm not joking. In fact, you know, if you ever really stood up to this person and you stood your ground and you stood your boundaries and you were like, you know what, this is what I want. They now look at that as attraction. They now see that as extremely attractive because you stood up for yourself. You had courage over fear. You know, whatever happened between you both before, they may have taken it as an insult to their ego. They may have taken it as extreme, oh my God, this is conflict. They may have shut down. They may not have cared. They may not have understood why you were doing what you did or why you said the things you did. But they now see that as you standing your ground. We have here justice, okay? They feel like that was the most attractive thing now, they see from that point, that was the most attractive thing you did. You stood your ground. You stood your ground. You chose to do what was correct at the time, okay? You may have told them off for something. You may have said, I don't really like this about you, or this is my boundary. Whatever you stood for and the things that you set out as boundaries, they feel like that made you much more attractive, okay? You didn't always say yes to everything. You would always do things in accordance to your mood, your health, your feelings. You were the kind of person that did stand your ground. You told this person what you wanted, perhaps even from the very beginning, and they feel like you did everything that you had to do, okay? And you did everything. You put everything out on the line. You were vulnerable, you were emotional. You perhaps got attached to this person and, you know, there are certain things that remind you a lot of this person. Whatever it is, I see here that they see you as extremely attractive today, okay? So from whenever you're watching this reading, not from when it's posted, but from when you're watching this, the day that you're watching this, they see you as attractive. They see you as powerful. They see you as strong. They do not see you as weak. They do not see you as this tiny little weakling doing whatever. They see you as very balanced, and they see you as someone that is really truthful, okay? Very, very truthful. We also have here as well judgment, okay? Again, kind of goes with justice. They feel like certain things you say or do, it's who you are, and you wouldn't be saying or doing those things if that wasn't who you are. So we've also got here Ace of Cups. They have a lot of love for you. They have a lot of respect for you. They know that two people are two different people, you know, and everyone has their own opinions, values, goals, and ways to understand a person. They really do respect your opinion and your way on things, and they feel stupid for not respecting it enough. They feel stupid for not being balanced enough. They feel like you bent a lot of things, you know, you compromised a lot of things, and they feel stupid for not compromising enough things or doing enough. And that's one thing that I will say here, especially with the message card here. We've got here, I love your swag, you are the whole package. They feel like you are literally the whole package. You have kindness, you have care. But you know what, one thing I will say is that every trait can also go into the negative, right? You can have care, but sometimes you can care too much to the point where you may not, you may let a person kind of walk all over you, right? Because you care so much about them, you don't want to hurt them, and then they walk all over you. You have enough care that you don't let people walk all over you. You have enough tolerance for things, but not too much to the point where you would tolerate just anything. You know, you have a perfect balance, and that is justice. And they have realized that if you cross your tolerance, okay, if they cross your tolerance, that of course you're going to speak up. If you cross, if they cross anything, right, you will speak up. You will say, no, this is not nice. No, this is not nice. No, this is not nice. No, you treated me like this. No, you did this. Of course you're going to speak up, okay? And I think one thing they were really scared about was you sort of speaking up. And now they have realized, today they've realized that you spoke up for a reason. You didn't just speak out of nothing. You spoke up for a reason, because you weren't always being considered in certain situations and you weren't always being prioritized. So you spoke up. You literally just spoke up to protect yourself. And now they realize that you spoke up to protect yourself. You spoke up because there was something you wanted. And they were just defending themselves, you know? Now, this particular message that I'm going to give to you is only going to resonate if your person has children, okay? It's only going to resonate if your person has children. This is a general reading. Personal readings are the most private. I do offer personal readings as well, but if your person has children, it says, I'm only staying here for my kids, nothing else. I'm making my way out, okay? So if they're in a situation right now where they have children, they have a family, they're only staying for the kids, nothing else, they really care about that, if that makes sense. Their heart isn't in it, and they're making their way out of that situation. It's also seeming to be quite toxic. Now, back to the reading here. They feel like you are a very emotionally giving person, like very emotional. Sometimes in the past, they may have thought maybe you are too emotional, maybe you're too sensitive. But now they're starting to realize that actually it's your emotional it's your emotional way of being, and the reason why you are so emotional is the reason why you're so kind. You're so generous. But you also have boundaries because you have been hurt in the past. And this person may have contributed to it. But one thing for sure is that your person here today, they feel like your sweetness and your compassion comes from this empathy, comes from this sensitivity, comes from this emotion. And they can't be belittling that if that's something that they want in their life, because they've always wanted someone really kind and very sweet and very giving. But in the end, I feel like they kind of, they started to kind of belittle you for being like that, when that's actually what they wanted all along. Like, they wanted a kind person. Well, sometimes people are kind, for their own benefit, and then those people are not nice. But you were always really lovely and very caring and very sincere and very nice with kindness. But it's because you're like this, So they've realized as well that there's a reason why you are the way that you are, and they have to respect that, okay? And the Three of Cups here as well. Three of Cups is really interesting because they want to spend time with you, they want to socialize with you, they more so want to do activities where it's just both of you, to build up that bond, and then to also allow you to meet up with their friends. It's really important in that order. Now, the reason I say that, okay, is because if they just throw you into the deep end with their friends, your bond with this person isn't strong enough. You want to make sure that the bond between two people is strong. They want to make sure that the bond with you is strong first before you meet their friends, before you meet their family. That's really, really significant, okay? So that's something they've thought about now, is that, it's nice to socialize with other people, but once our bond is much stronger. And then we've got here the Emperor as well. They feel a bit bad for kind of being stuck in their ego, only thinking about themselves, sometimes being very self-centered. You are a very compassionate and very loving and very giving person, as we saw with the Queen of Cups. Now, I read energies in tarot, not specifically genders, so I just wanted to mention that. You come across as the Queen of Cups. They come across as an Emperor, very sort of like rigid in their thoughts, very self-centered. Things are oftentimes about them and their hobbies and the things that they want to do, their friends perhaps, always prioritizing what matters to them, but not having prioritized you enough. And I think that really bothered you. It bothered you that you were not considered in a lot of things. And even if you were considered, it never felt enough because they would always prioritize others way more. And their feelings today is, oh my God, was I being too rigid? Like, was I prioritizing myself more than my own, person that I was talking to? Why wasn't I getting to know them? Why was I trying to spend time with them? Why wasn't I trying? Why wasn't I doing? And they will think like, yeah, maybe I was just putting myself first and not being ambitious enough to understand this person, So their feelings towards you today is, I don't feel like I did enough towards you. I don't think I tried enough. And so if you felt like this person didn't try enough or do enough, your feelings are valid. Your feelings are valid, okay? So the affirmation for this reading, if this resonates with you so far, is my feelings were valid because they didn't do enough, they didn't try enough, and they are thinking about that constantly. Temperance, what could I have done? But I did do this. But no, maybe I didn't do enough of this. Actually, no, but I did try to do this. Missing you, feeling your loss, feeling what they tried to do and they didn't do enough of, because let's say they did communicate with you a lot, but then what were their actions? Were they always just talking, and then, when it came to actions, barely doing anything? They feel bad about it. Okay, make no mistake, the things that you were insecure about in this relationship, they feel bad about it because you know what? They didn't try enough and they didn't do enough in those circumstances. They didn't. I'll tell you that they didn't do enough. 8 of Wands, now they're thinking, what could I have done? What should I have done? You know, they do ruminate on the past. They might even think that they don't want to ruminate on the past, that the past is the past, whatever. They do ruminate on the past. They do think about the past. They do think about what they should have done. They do think about what they could have done. They do think that they were being stupid at times and not taking you seriously enough. And just kind of acting like the world is wow, wow, wow. When you were presented to this person on a silver platter and they kind of just shoved it to the side, that's their problem. It's on them, and they are going to be living in that rumination and regret today. Period. Okay. So this is your reading. Now, if you wanted to have a personal reading, they are on my website, shopmoonlightguidance.com, personal tarot readings. There's also rituals for love, money, marriage, career, success, beauty, justice, healing, black magic removal, protection ritual, break no contact ritual, support and consistency ritual, express their feelings to you ritual. You get my point. Everything is on shopmoonlightguidance.com and also my Etsy. Thousands of 5-star reviews. There's also intention items as well, which are handmade, meditated with, and saged. This is one of the candles, but there's bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.